Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we will continue building a financial model, business plan over clothing store, shoe store, so any kind of store. And today we will be focusing on operating costs, investment costs, OPEX, CAPEX, so we will be preparing our model for the chain because we will be multiplying our store into a chain. So this will be a very interesting exercise. So please like, share, subscribe. You can always order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. As usual, at the end screen of this video, I will give you the link to the playlist where I will be keeping all these tutorials. And when I completely finish this model, I will give you all the links in the description of this video as well, so you will be able to watch all the process of creation from scratch till the final overview absolutely free. So first of all, let's very quickly run what we did before during previous tutorials. So in our model we have a unique rule that all the inputs are marked with unique color. It is a blue color, like this, like this, like this. So all inputs are colored with specific color. This is needed because when we will be building different scenarios, we will need to be able to find all the inputs very quickly. So for scenario play, this is vital. So that's why we are coloring all the inputs with unique color. This color is blue. So all other cells are formulas, so we are not touching them during scenario modeling. So we start with specifying the first year of our projections. Then we specify, so we have two collections, for example, spring, summer, and autumn, winter. We specify when we start selling each collection. We can adjust all that stuff. Then we set up the product line. It can be bigger. I just decided to make it a little bit shorter. So this is the product line for this collection. These are the prices. We can switch on and off different items from collections. We have global and local coefficients for pricing. All this is needed later during scenario modeling. We have sales plan for the season. We have global and local coefficients for the sales plan. We can set up the level of manufacturing costs from the selling price. We have global and local coefficient for manufacturing costs. Then what we are doing next, so we are setting up the discounts for specific items inside our product line. So when we start selling, we have no discounts. Then discounts appear, so we can specify the level of discounts inside the timeline from the moment when we start selling the collection. Then moving to the sales plan, we are allocating 100% of units we've manufactured, we've produced inside the timeline. So for example, we assume that for 40% of items of these items will be sold on the first month, then 20% on the second month. So we are allocating the sales plan inside the timeline. Then we are doing the same for the autumn winter collection. Product line, pricing, sales plan, level of direct expenses, price discounting, sales plan allocation. Then what we are doing, we are allocating the cost of manufacturing before we start selling the collection. So this is the moment when we start selling the collection, and this is how we allocate the manufacturing costs before the season comes. So this is the cost allocation for collection number 1 and collection number 2. So now what we need to do, we need to cover payroll costs, we need to cover fixed costs, we need to cover investment plan costs, asset tax for the store, we need to cover the way we are reaching the target revenues, and we need to cover the life cycle for this store. So I will start with fixed costs. So fixed cost, this will be the first block of inputs. Now let's put fixed costs here, dollar per month value. So fixed cost item 1. So here we will be putting the list of fixed cost items. Here will be the values, the monthly expense. Here will be the totals. So these are the inputs. That's why I'm coloring these cells with specific color, which goes with all our inputs. So these are the inputs, these are the inputs, these are the inputs, these are the rule through the whole financial model. So then what I'm going to add, I will be adding global and local coefficients for scenario play. So I will be adding on off, so I will be using data validation. So for the future, if I would like to exclude some items from calculations, I will be able to do that easily and quick. So I'm coloring this with input colors. And then if this value equals to this, I will be pasting 1, otherwise 0. Then I will be adding local coefficient, then global coefficient, so here I will be using local coefficient, then global coefficient, and the final value So the final value will be this multiplied this multiplied this and multiplied this global coefficient. Okay. Here we are creating totals. So for example, if we would like to switch off some costs from calculations, we can easily do it here. If we don't want to completely switch, or we would like to increase some costs, we can do it here, specific costs. Or if we want to, for example, take 80% or 50% of the current level of costs, or increase them on 50%, all of them, we can do it here. So now we have plenty of opportunities for for scenario play. Now let's move to payroll. Payroll, we will be, so the first column will be position, then amount of people on this position, so amount of people, then salary per person, so this will be position 1, here we will specify how many people we have on each position in our store. This is the monthly salary for one person on each position. This will be the payroll. Payroll dollar per month. These are the inputs. Now we will be adding these coefficients as well for future scenario play. So now let's calculate the final value for payroll. This will be this column, multiply this, multiply this, and multiply this. And this will be the total value for the payroll. So the same story. If we want to switch off something, we can do it here. We can play with all these coefficients here to increase and decrease the level of payroll expenses. Then we have investment plan. Let's assume that we will have 6-month investment stage. So here will be the list of investment plan items. Item 1, these are months of investment stage. This is the moment when we start operating activity. Here will be here we will put how much we are investing in this or that investment plan item during the investment stage. So these are the inputs, so I'm coloring it with blue. Now we will add these coefficients as usually. So now I will be adding these coefficients here. And the final values will come on investment stage. Final values will be, I will take this value, multiplying on this, multiplying on this, and multiplying on this. But this time I will be freezing this, I will be freezing this, and I will be completely freezing this. So let's check if I want to increase. If I want to switch off, if I want to decrease just part. So what's next? Next, I need totals for that. So these are the totals for the investment plan. So these are the totals for fixed costs. These are the expenses. Then these are the totals for the payroll. These are the totals for the investment plan. Then we will set up store life cycle months. So for example, if some stores will demonstrate losses, we will close them after, for example, 24 months of operating activity. So these are the inputs. I'm coloring it with blue. Then the next parameter I will need asset tax dollar per month. Let's assume, well, it can be $3,000 monthly. This will be input as well. And another important parameter that I will need, so target revenues reach. So let's assume we will have 12 months of operating activity. So months of operating activity since start. So this is the revenue target revenue. So here I will be putting the percentages. So for example, when the first month of operating activity, we will be having only 10% of target revenues, then 20, then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, for example, 97, and then finally 100%. So we will be reaching our target revenues step by step. So I think that we've prepared everything for the chain. So we have the revenue, direct costs, fixed costs, payroll, investment plan, tax, target revenue reach. So hope we are done with that. We are ready for the change. So this will be the topic of our next video. So guys, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. At the end screen of this video I will give you the link to the playlist where I will be keeping all these tutorials. And when I finish this model completely, I will give you all the links in the description of this video as well. So you will be able to watch all the tutorials absolutely free from scratch, from the first one till the final overview, so that you can create your own models for your own business ideas. So thank you guys for watching. See you next videos. Thank you and bye.